I don't know if we've started streaming or not, so I can just keep talking while you push.
I mean, I pushed the button. I'm just checking to see if it did in fact start streaming because I have not streamed from my computer in quite some time. So I'm refreshing the dashboard.
Called the one where we all do things we're slightly not used to.
I
Now
tried.
roll the theme song.
I tried to make sure that I had the everything like pulled out so I didn't have to try to mess around with the screen since I'm streaming it. Um,
Or
well, what?
here's another idea: the one with multiple the episode with a bunch of Scott micro impressions.
Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, so hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of NASA 5E. We are doing our Eberron Coast campaign this week. Last time out, you guys finished up a side quest of helping out the shipping guild. Um, you received your 6,000 gold payment. Found out that Waterdeep, at least at that time, was not the place to be as far as interesting things to do. And so you made your way, I believe, back towards Winter's Haven. Um, is there um, is there anything that you guys want to do? Do you need to be reminded of anything from previously in order to help make a decision on what you want to do?
Um, look through my notes.
Uh, I want to find I want to find the best burger joint in the Eberron Coast. And then write a review of it and all of the lesser burger joints,
Okay,
and then publish the information.
interesting. Okay.
But let's do that off camera.
I will be waiting for your email this week then with your reviews.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, roll for mustard, roll for pickles. Uh, all right, so sorry, I had to answer in work email as you were saying that. Are we still on the trail heading back, or are we back in Winter's Haven?
No, you guys are back in Winter's Haven. The the roads are still, pretty safe, especially from Waterdeep to Neverwinter, with the exception, obviously, of the Mirror of Dead Men. That's still a thing. Still is something that the road workers on the Tradeway or the actually that one's not the Tradeway. That's I don't remember what it's called, but there's always road workers over there trying to help, kind of beat back let's go the high road, the expansion of the Mirror of Dead Men.
All right. Well, if we're back in town, I guess. Anybody need to go see Sibo at all?
Be convinced.
I like. I know I promised Sibo that I'd go back and see him. So, if any of us need to make a thing, I guess I can tag along.
I don't have a direct need, but I would tag along as well.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we can get like a nice little tackle box for Stock's rod of angling. Maybe he can actually use the fishing pole as, a fishing pole.
Is that what that's for? I've only seen him beat people with it.
Yeah. I mean, it just. I guess in the right mind, anything could be a weapon. Nevs, man, what's anything that you feel like we need to get done?
No, I have recollection. Uh, took the side quest.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch a little bit of that. You're saying uh, Actually, I don't even know how to piece it together. Can you say it again for me?
Stock's not here, and it's kind of throwing me off. I'm missing my beast buddy.
Well, I guess that's our mission today: is find more beast buddies. Let's go to the bounty board.
Well, I'm up for a trip to visit SIBO, so let's go do that.
Sweet deal. Let's see here. I don't even know what to ask for right now. I mean, I got what I needed.
Was he working on anything for anybody? I don't remember.
Stock was the last one because I tagged along when Stock went, and I forget if he was picking up or dropping off.
No, that was when Nevis went. You and Nevis went to see Sibo. You got that strange gauntlet from him, and Nevis got his Warhammer enchanted.
That's what it was.
Hey, what happens when you snap your fingers while wearing the gauntlet, Xanalor? Oh my god, I'm gone. Mr. Xanalor, I don't feel so good. Please, Mr. Xanalor.
Okay, so you guys want to go see Sibo. All right. So you make your way via ferry over to the Mages College. Things there seem pretty much normal. Really, they seem back to the way that the Mages College appeared to be when you guys first arrived.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see. You don't feel like that same tension in the building anymore. There aren't, militant groups of conclave, Eldritch Knights patrolling the halls and stuff. But you guys, you're able to, especially because of the labyrinthian nature of the Mages Guild, when you guys get there, you ask for someone to take you to the teleportation circle for Sibo Reese, and someone from the college is able to take you through the winding, kind of meandering hallways, and try as you might, every time you try to memorize the way through, the next time you come through, it doesn't really match at all the way that you remembered from last time.
Here's what I'm gonna do, guys. Next time, I'm just gonna bring like a giant bag of dirt, and I'm just going to spill it in little clumps to remind us of the way to go, and just hope they never clean it up.
Is that what Pigpen was doing in the Peanuts?
I'd like to think so.
So you guys, you go through the teleportation circle, and you find yourselves no longer in the, pretty well lit stone corridors of the Mages College, but instead you are outside in a very verdant forest, and before you is the aging tower of Sibo Reese.
All right.
Does all appear to be normal upon first inspection?
Yeah, I mean, as far as you can tell, there appears to have been a little bit of, I guess you call it foot traffic, where you guys are coming in at. The grass is starting to get trampled down where the teleportation circle. Actually, wait a second. No, I take that all back. Actually, the teleportation circle. Sorry, you're not outside in the verdant forest surrounding Sibo's tower. You're actually on the second floor of Sibo's tower. So you go from the stone halls of the Mages College to the kind of creaky wooden floor and dark stone upper floor of the tower at Sibo's place. Still all seems normal. There's a bit less dust covering the floor. It is almost like a path kind of worn through the dust. So it seems like people have been through here more frequently than they used to, for sure.
O.com. What have you gotten into this week?
hear a crash downstairs.
You know, I always wonder what .com is going to get up to. But at what point do you actually upgrade the robot and make it a little bit more useful?
It's a good question.
Yeah. Disembodied voice in my head.
Yeah. So you guys go downstairs and you actually see Sibo at his his workbench with like large swaths of parchment laid out with all sorts of different schematics and diagrams scrawled on the parchment. And as usual, when you come down and you enter, Sibo's workspace, Sibo is so caught up in his work and also, addled by age that he does not notice that you've arrived.
How should we surprise him?
I don't know if his heart could take it.
Are there two big metal objects I can bash together?
Probably, yeah. With all of the different work that Sibo does, I'm sure there is something akin to symbols that you could find.
What about a single piece of thin sheet metal?
Yeah, probably.
I sneak up behind him and smash it.
So
Roll for anxiety attack.
you hear the weird warbling sound that shaking the sheet metal makes, and then all of a sudden there's the crash of cymbals, and Sibo looks off towards towards the kitchen area, which is kind of away from where you guys are at, and he says, "Damn it, .com, what have you done now?"
At this point, I put down the sheet metal. I put my hand on his shoulder, and goes like, "That's what I'm asking too, bud. How you doing?"
Oh, hello, it's you. I just scared Bear. As you go ahead and make a perception check for me, Bendy.
Perception.
You too, Zenor.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 23.
Okay.
1.
18 plus
Starting
5.
the day off right.
Bendy.
Can I see how much Xanalord doesn't see?
You see Zanalor seems very pleased with himself of having
is
crashed
there a
this.
little bit of drool just coming down the side of his mouth?
But you notice that the schematics before Sibo actually appear to be for .com.
Interesting.
Do you mind if I have a look? Wait, no, I didn't see anything.
Yeah, no, you have no idea. You're right there, and you have no idea what. So
metal around.
At that point, I was like, Sibo, what you got going on for the Metal Man?
Oh, just the never-ending struggle of trying to get him to stop breaking everything.
Maybe you're coming at this from the wrong direction. Maybe instead of making Sibo better.
.com.
Well, yes, thank you. I'm sorry. I had a lot on my mind today. Maybe instead of making the improvements to .com, maybe it might be simpler to make the improvements to everything around him.
So he can break better things.
Like maybe instead of having porcelain and ceramic coffee mugs, why don't you get one that's made out of titanium? Because when he drops it, okay, it might dent, but at least you still have a coffee cup.
Because a good enchanter never stops until the job is actually finished. So,
okay,
what can I do for you? What are you here for?
Well, I'm here to fulfill my end of the bargain, where you said if I survived last time, I'd have to see you again. So, hello.
Oh, right. Yes. I should really start writing these things down.
I told you he wouldn't remember.
Yeah. Sandlor, however, came because he wanted to buy your most expensive thing.
Ah, I see. You've had somewhat of a windfall of late.
That part is true.
Tell me, what's the fanciest thing you got here?
Ah,
And don't say
well,
Dot.com, 'cause I don't
.com is certainly the most expensive,
know.
but it's not for sale.
All right. Well, I mean, there's just so many golden jewels burning a hole in Xanalor's pockets right now. Can you help him find a way to keep his pockets intact?
Xanalor, you see Sibo look at your pockets and notices the gauntlet. Oh, yes, you're the one who is testing that. Have you found anything out about it yet?
I have tested it to see how it works, but I haven't field tested it yet. To actually like attack anything. It seems to do what we hoped.
Well, that's good. I guess you can keep testing it for now. It's not a lot of data.
Right.
I mean, what if you just tested it on me right now?
I wouldn't recommend that.
I load it with an Eldritch Blast. We're gonna do this on 3.
Oh boy. Here we
I regret my decision.
You do consent to this, yes?
Ugh, I'm not sure anymore. As I just put the shield up over my face and my hand over my balls,
That's not fun when you hide.
and then I think for a second and I switch hands.
I'm just gonna cast Minor Illusion
Okay.
and just make a big loud thunder sound right next to Vendi.
Okay. I need to find actually where.
Whatever check I need to roll, I'm just gonna intentionally fail it.
Oh, okay.
Let's make this simple.
Let's not even roll the dice for it then. We'll let the narrative tell the story.
Yep. So what would the sound be?
Yeah, what is the sound of it? Doesn't Eldritch Blast, it has like a loud like sound associated with it, right?
Kind of. It's less about the sound, but it does make a sound.
Okay, where did I? Oh wait, I know where that's at. Okay. I couldn't remember where I put the notes on the gauntlet that you are using actually, but I remembered now. Yeah, so Vendi, you hear like a loud, like thunderous crash.
Oh dear God!
How was that for you?
Please tell me you got the data you needed. No, not interested in trying that one again. We're good here. We're good here. We're good here.
The damage is mostly psychological.
How much psychic damage do I take?
Lose 2 sanity.
There you go.
I'm gonna put that in notes.
Okay.
Lost 2 sanity because of a field test, kinda.
All right, so Sibo kind of looks at you guys, expectantly at this point. So, what is there something you need enchanted?
Oh, yes. Do you happen to have a magic tackle box at all?
A magic tackle box. You're gonna need to be a bit more specific. What's magic about
Uh,
it?
so you know how our helmeted friend Stock has a sort of magic fishing rod.
Take your word for it. He's never showed it to me.
Okay. We're looking for something that's a good complement for it.
Sure. What are you exactly like? Are you looking for a tackle box that carries itself, a tackle box that launches lures out of it when opened, a tackle box that keeps the fish cold? If you catch some, you put it in the tackle box. Are you looking for magical lures? What is it exactly you want?
You know, I feel like you just came up with a bunch of great ideas. I don't want to stifle your creativity.
I do like all of those pretty much.
Yeah.
My
Like
fa-
here's the deal.
My favorite's the one where you open it and all the lures fly out.
Surprise!
Here's the deal. I'll be willing to pay you 300 gold now, 900 gold on completion. Just go to town and give us your best ideas.
Okay, yes. Are you? I suppose for that cost. Okay, yes, I can do this. Yes, I'll obtain the tackle box and the lures myself. We'll send .com for it, and you'll have to
Oh,
give
please
me.
don't do that. He's gonna break it.
Well, it's not made out of pottery, so it'll be fine. Um, for that one, I think probably a 10-day. I could probably have that finished.
Love it.
You gave me an idea.
Okay.
Could you make like a bag of holding, like a bag with lots of storage capacity, but every time you take something out, everything spills out?
Um,
A pack of practical jokes.
so you want a bag of holding that inverts itself whenever something's removed?
Yes.
That seems like a bit of a waste, but yes, I could do this.
Let
Like
me
he
just,
said, I have too much gold that I know what to do with.
yeah, let me just tell you right now. It's almost like we're like warming up to the next arc, and now we're just acting out because we know this won't last forever.
He keeps talking about these arcs. I'm not sure what he's talking about. I do have a more serious proposition in a little bit.
So to create a bag of holding, it costs about 3,000 gold, and to adjust the enchantment so that it inverts every time something's removed, that would probably cost about, it's called 4,500 gold pieces.
In addition, or
What if it's
Total.
not a bag of holding
Total.
and it just looks like a bag of holding?
You see, the problem is the pocket dimension.
what if it was just a bag with a lot of pockets?
That
Just a
sounds
backpack,
that
a nice
sounds
looking.
like someone else's job.
Hmm.
I'm not a seamstress.
We'll save that for another time.
Mhm. By the way, I've already taken out the 300 gold.
Okay.
For the down payment.
Cool. Is there anything else that I can enchant? It take a little bit of time since I'm already working on the magic tackle box, but um, is it armor or shields or weapons, wands?
There's something I'd like to see if you might have any interest or expertise for I know we talked about the metal man we had found.
You're acting really cagey. Do these two need to leave the room?
Oh no, I totally forgot about that.
Having some tea with .com.
I'm sorry?
No, you don't have to tell me.
Vendy and Nevis, would you mind having some tea with .com?
You don't have to tell me 3 times.
Do you have to tell you twice?
Well, you already have, so.
So again, Sibo, you saw the.
Are you secretly a bad guy? Are you a villain? Scoundrel? A rapscallion?
I'm going to open my journal.
Good, adjacent.
I'm going to open my journal to some drawings of modifications related to the Metal Man that I was thinking about.
Why do I have written in my notes Bill Nye the Kyber crystal guy?
I don't know.
Oh, that's okay. I remember now. Actually, that was a joint idea between you and Jay about the riots that were kind of starting about the Kyber crystals and like the discovery that they were. Okay, all right, and it was to hire someone to tell the masses about the Kyber crystals in a way that they could understand.
I do remember that now.
Okay. Sorry, you said that, and I looked and I saw Kyber crystals in my note, and then I read the whole line, and I said, "Oh, wait, what?"
Nope, this is something I texted you.
Oh my.
I was hoping you would just remember, but that's okay.
This is just something super awesome to put on a stream, is watching us read text from each other.
It was a good couple of weeks ago, which is probably why you don't remember.
Probably, yeah. Would you be willing to refresh my memory?
Fine.
Oh, wait, I see it now.
You found it?
Yeah. Oh, that's why I forgot. I think I don't remember what I was doing when you sent this to me, but I needed to look through those subclass features to see. Okay. Yeah, but that's something we can address.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just trying to see if Sibo might be a person who could help me.
Yeah, actually, he go ahead and make an insight check.
Okay. Ready? That is a 7.
A 7?
17.
Oh, 17. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, you kind of show him some of the, your notes and drawings and annotations, and you can see that he's very interested by this prospect. It seems like it maybe speaks to him as someone who is small and old. Maybe this could help him with his own work, having helped you with this. But it is something that's going to, he tells you, take time and some experimentation and a willingness for potential grievous bodily harm.
All of these are fine with me.
It's very strange, but promising.
Then I'm going to go grab a tea.
All right. So you walk into the, like the kind of kitchen dining area where you see Vendi and Nevis are having afternoon tea with .com, just kind of standing there quietly with a towel in his hand. The towel is wet with tea, having to clean up everything he spilled. And so yeah, you join them. .com pours you a cup of tea as well, and eventually Sibo makes his way in and kind of hops up to a chair at the table and joins the three of you for tea. Is there anything else that you guys want to do or have done or enchanted by Sibo while you're here?
Actually, Sibo, since we're here, and we spent a majority of the conversation asking what you could do for us, is there anything that we can do for you right now? Everything seems to be kind of going okay-ish.
Yes, well, luckily, after you retrieved my tools, the pixies have finally stopped stealing them. So that's good. I haven't. This may come up at some point, depending on what sort of commissions are requested of me. The Mages College has been how do I want to describe it? Not pushy, but
Assertive?
no, they've just
Assertive?
they've
Assertive?
they have come. They've had commissions that they've brought me, and some of them have been rather complicated, and I'm assuming that over the course of time they will get more complicated to the point where there will be materials that I will require that I in .com cannot easily access. So I may require some intrepid adventurers such as yourselves to obtain more rare materials.
Ooh.
We're down.
Yeah, and I accept the concept when it comes for compensation. Now, granted, the rest of my party probably should agree to this first, but we know that your work comes at a premium price. In lieu of a one-time payment for these exploration jobs, is there any way we can get paid in discounts?
Sibo
First
looks
of all, think about being paid for it. We're helping a friend, as far as I'm concerned.
Nevis, Sibo looks at you, kind of like leans over and like covers his mouth from Bendy. He says, "Can he read minds?" Well,
Don't know.
Anyway, that's exactly what I was going to offer. Uh, depending on the complexity of what it is that you're looking for, I could potentially do it for free, an enchantment, or at least at a very steep discount if you do provide such a service that is required.
I have no objections to that.
Good, because dragon scales are awful hard to come by. I like the face you made. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the last time we came across a dragon.
I think as long as it's not a green one, we'll be all right. I forget what his name was.
Dickweed?
The dragon that killed that entire party?
Yes.
Truth.
Well,
A name I shan't soon forget.
Yeah, maybe an Arathaber is more of our level.
off to Oyuvigaton. Yeah. Now, granted, to be fair, was it really truth that killed us, or our bloodlust that killed us?
I think just bad planning.
Fair point, yeah.
Well, it was really the gnashing teeth of the dragon that did it, but you're not wrong. It was certainly your own decisions that led you into the mouth of the beast, literally and metaphorically.
I sure hate to be those guys.
We were rash, brash, and then we crashed.
Yes, very much so. Okay, so does that conclude your guys' business with SIBO?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Let's
For now.
Okay. Yeah, you guys. Just so you guys know, as players, obviously there's a cost associated with it, but you know, there's no necessarily like limit to the number of enchanted items that you can be in possession of or wearing or using.
Mhm.
Um, Especially since, I mean, nothing that you've seen so far that SIBO made required attunement outside of the that gauntlet, Sandler.
Right.
You did know that already, right? That was something that came up?
Yes, I
Okay.
am attuned.
Okay.
so I don't know where any dragons are at the moment. You guys?
Oh yes, I always
Well,
know where dragons are at all times.
did he actually ask us to go get him dragon skills at this time, or was it just maybe this is something that we can do in the future?
Like, it's keep an eye out.
I think you read into it right. That it's hey, I may need things like dragon scales, but I prefer to take this quite literally. Let's go find some.
Well, there are other things that I thought we had in the works. Now that I'm looking through my notes, um, that we could take care of back at Winterhaven.
You said there was things in your notes that you found that you can take care of in Winter's Haven?
I assume that these were things that we all talked about when we first got there after the change, if you want to put it that way.
The Arcanicalism?
Yes.
Right, wasn't there like a dwarven civil war that we promised we'd intervene in?
Well, there was that. There was this thing with House Leander. And actually, during this visit with Sibo, it gave me an idea to enchanted, but I of course would want to craft it myself first.
Mm.
So if you guys want to go off and attempt to get some dragon skills, I'm down for that. But
Um, I mean, we speaking out of game for a set, like for a bit, I was totally fine with doing side quests that wasn't going to punish Mike for, having to work at odd hours. Like, doing something that had very little plot importance. However, if there are other side quests that at the moment I did not think of at the time, I'm totally cool with doing one of our established side quests. I was just trying to make sure we didn't do anything that could be construed as main plot.
I haven't given you guys any of that yet. Don't worry about it.
Cool.
yeah,
Okay, so to kind of piggyback off of that, the rumors that you guys heard, so this is probably like 2 months ago in real time at this point. So yes, there was you guys heard of the Dwarven Civil War, which Nevis was a part of a battle of. Um, there are the elves rebuilding their splendid kingdoms in the Eldine Reaches. There's the protests and riots, which have those have much the riots have died down regarding like the Kyber crystals and stuff like that. Um, there's been a lot of rumors about people going missing. Part of that was what you guys encountered with the Black Fist on the Tradeway. Um, there's just a lot of rumors about people going disappearing, not linked to the Arcanicalism. Like it seems like every time you guys walk the streets somewhere, you see more and more fresh, like missing posters. Um, there was a side quest that you guys found in the Winged Wyvern a long time back, which was a reward posting for 13% share to the returning party, assisting going to an abandoned dragon's lair in the Mirror of Dead Men. That one was signed by Gunter Simon.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, I think that can cross a number of interests off our list at the same time.
And then there is the new to the Sword Coast city of Sharn was a frequent source of information about goings-on south of the Demon Wastes, but the city has fallen completely silent. No expeditions that have been sent through the wastes have reported back yet. Also, so I will point out, Sibo, when hearing you guys talk about the dragon scales and stuff, he would have told you that he doesn't need you to go get dragon scales now. Once they're removed from the dragon until they are utilized in another arcane manner, they're actually notoriously difficult to preserve. And since he doesn't have anything right now that he would use that for, they would probably be wasted.
Okay. I mean, 13% share of a dragon's lair is still a significant amount.
Okay. So you guys want to get, so there is more information if you need to on that reward, obviously. Actually, Vendi, go ahead and make an intelligence check for me with advantage.
First one is a 13. Second is a 12.
This is very close together. Okay, so you recognize the name Gunter Simon because he is he works for a guild in Neverwinter known as the Grey Guard. It's a smaller adventuring guild.
Is Stock going to be okay with us fraternizing with the competition?
What if what we're actually doing is stealing from the competition?
As a member of the city administration, I can't condone that, but I can condone putting a one-time levy on this particular organization.
I just mean we sort of drink their milkshake.
Excuse me?
Yeah, what?
We take the things before they can, and we don't share it with them.
That did not explain your thought much better.
Did it not?
But explain to me as if I were, well, me. Explain it like I were me.
Have a milkshake.
That's the part where I'm losing you.
That's what they want. Like they're
Why a milkshake?
it just
Because it
is.
brings voice to the yard.
And then we just take out a straw and stretch it out
because of
into
me?
their milkshake, and we drink
think
it
I
all up
scared him.
before they have a chance to take a sip.
Wasn't that in the Three Stooges?
Well, maybe instead, what if you tried explaining it to me, but instead of a milkshake, it was their bases?
I was just doing a character
I
voice.
was really hoping that would work.
Are you trying to tell me that all of their bases belong to us?
No, I'm not saying we like terrorize their bases. I'm saying we do the thing that they want to do and don't give them a share.
Oh. Why did you just say that?
I wanted to use more colorful language.
Because he's Xanalor.
Well, then I guess we don't talk to him. We just go to the Mirror of Dead Men and do the job.
That's what I was saying.
Why did you just say that from the beginning? I feel like
I thought that was the Mirror Deadman was the multifaceted one that we could like accomplish many things at the same time, including the dragon scales. So is that what we're actually? But we can't preserve them. We don't need them right now.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm assuming we're gonna see a dragon in a dragon's lair, but maybe not. It's not always the case.
Well, what if we just found some dragon scales? We just think up really fast what we could use them for. Like maybe stock could use some awesome dragon scale protectors. Okay, I'm not gonna do this.
A new helmet.
Yeah, as you see there.
A new notebook covering.
Your first idea was probably stronger.
Well, all I'm saying is there are other things that might be a little more appropriate for us to do today.
I'm mostly ears.
Mostly ears.
I mean, it was what you said. It was missing people. I'm sorry, my mind is shot today.
The
There's
city.
the missing people, the expansion of the Elvish Empire, the city that went quiet.
I feel like that.
That one seems like another like a traveling type situation where it would be better to have our meat shield with us.
Yeah.
Not that I don't want to fight stuff. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, we always could. All right, so I feel like it's time that we made a decision. All in favor of investigating the missing people. You have more than one vote on this. Ranked choice. If I had my say, I'd go missing people, Dark City, 1, 2, and 3.
I know what I'm most interested in having would probably be.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I really hope he gets a.
The adventurer group to not be so terrible.
Wow, food poisoned. Wow, that guy's. But yeah, I'll just find the.
Bit there.
We're certainly.
Terrible.
Are you on the Wi-Fi?
DM, come back. We almost made a decision.
I think we did.
Okay. Sorry, trying to figure out why I can
Agree with your
really understand you
with
guys.
your labeling. I would agree with your labeling of the missions. And
Okay. Zaylor, any movement to a.
The other things. Right.
This mini convention
Don't check.
of the Zaylor vendor alliance completes. Yeah, that's
Terrible
all.
name, but at least my name came.
I thought that's the part that you'd like best about it. Let's go find the missing people.
Yes. Where do we start? What was the opening of that? It just said missing people. It didn't say where they were.
I'm assuming we're having this conversation like a busy thoroughfare. We're just walking down, and there's like people doing the whole Law and Order, like putting away produce. And I'm just gonna tap one on the shoulder. It's like, excuse me, is there anybody in your life that you have lost contact with?
This is how you do this.
The person looks at you like really quizzically and says like, I mean, yeah, don't we all?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Xanalor, and he's the lead investigator into finding these missing people. Can you tell me their last known whereabouts?
Oh, missing people.
Yes.
I had no idea that's your time. No, I don't know anybody who's missing.
All right. Well, thank you. Have a good day. And I go to the next person.
That was suspicious. Who doesn't know somebody missing?
Excuse me. Does anybody you know currently have unknown whereabouts? Oh, Xanalor here is the lead investigator in finding these missing people.
So you know where to find the people that went missing during the Arcanicalism?
We're trying to. If we
That's
knew
why
they
we're
would have
asking
been found.
questions. We're gathering information.
Well, my sister-in-law was last seen in Fairhaven and Eberron, but I haven't seen her since.
In-law, bet you don't miss her too much.
My brother does, though.
At this point, I take out one of the maps of Winter's Haven. I was like, can you point out the last known whereabouts so we can use this as a starting point of our investigation?
I can't because the map that you're showing me doesn't have the part of Fairhaven that they lived in.
Well, this went terribly. I'm out of ideas right now.
So they're in this sort of void.
Excuse me, does anyone know where the missing people went?
Bendy, I think that's our job.
I'm outsourcing this.
If you yell loud enough, the guilty party will come forward.
Yeah. Let's just look for people who run away.
So is this people who are missing, or people who are on the other side of the city when everything sort of broke? Because the first person we talked to, the second person we talked to, said they weren't on the map.
Are you asking me, the DM, or this individual?
I was trying to ask Fendi.
Mm.
Can you repeat the question? Because I'm still not sure what you're...
So we know that people are missing. Are there people who would be here with us? Like, did they make the transition through the Arcanicalism, or were they just on the other side of the city when things shook out, just like people who would have been on the eastern side of Neverwinter?
I have no clue. Am I bad at my job?
I think you're bad at
No.
Is it just random individuals associated with these people that are putting the missing posters up, or is there some group that is kind of trying to coordinate an effort that we can go talk to?
That. Talk to the people who put up the posters. That's a brilliant idea.
I mean, is the city guard involved in this at all? Is there, any kind of a group of authority that knows more about this than random folks on the street?
That's using your brain.
DM, would I know the answer to this?
Bendy would, yeah.
Of course there are. Now let the disembodied voice give you the answer while I just move my mouth up and down.
Vendi, you know as advisor to the steward that there is in fact a group under the direction of the steward of Neverwinter and the advisory board that is working on investigating where the people who disappeared during their Arcanicalism went.
And that's all I have to say about that.
So we should find these people, yes?
Oh, quite easily so. They're right.
At the Hall of Justice.
To justice.
Okay, so you guys make your way. Damn, sorry. You guys make your way over to the Hall of Justice in the Protector's Enclave, right down the street from the Breeze home. And so you guys go in. You see that the advisory board's chambers are currently empty. It appears the advisory board is not. The advisory board is at a recess. They are not convened.
There's no rules.
But luckily, Vendi knows that the steward is always in his chambers. And so you guys make your way to the steward's chambers. You guys walk in. Steward Mayor he stands up and kind of gives a light clap for you guys. He says, I've received word from Alderman Balin about your work with the Shipping Guild in securing passage along the tradeway, and I would like to say that I'm impressed, but you guys have a long history of success, and so a hearty congratulations and thank you for a job well done.
Are you saying
You
we
can
set
still
the
be
bar too high
impressed,
for
but-
ourselves?
Oh my God, you guys all talked at the exact same time.
That's the superhero alliance of Xanalor, Neves, and Uvender guarantee. You're right, Xanalor. That is a mouthful. We can do that.
It's okay to be impressed if you want to.
Yes. Hey, interesting question for you. Did you take the missing people?
You caught me.
I knew it.
I
But who
stab
did
him in the chest.
Can I roll perception to see if his eyes rolled as he was admitting to that?
Go ahead, make an insight check.
With advantage because his eyes are stuck in the back of his head.
And there's a dagger in his heart.
Damn, I rolled a 7 both times. Comes out to be 16.
Man, I don't know where these yawns are coming from. It's probably all the talking. You can feel the sarcasm. It like literally the words are wet with it.
Palpable even.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so what do we know about any of the missing people?
so
Is there a particular area that hit more than others? And if so, do we still have maps of the old city configuration that we can go off of to compare them to what is there now?
I like where your head is at, Nevis. That is something that the advisory council and our task force have thought of. Yes, we do have access to those maps. No, that has not yet yielded any results. As far as your question on what places have been hit the worst, people are missing all over the Sword Coast. It seems like here in Winter's Haven, we probably have the largest concentration of missing people as a result of the Arcanicalism. As far as we know through the Sword Coast, Fairhaven and Neverwinter were the only two cities to be spliced together. Um, there are reports of missing people going missing, rumors throughout the Sword Coast. Those have happened uh, after the Arcanicalism. There seems to be, I don't know if people are. I'm not sure that people are actually missing, and that some of these people are taking it upon themselves to explore the new world. There could be quite a bit of wanderlust that has struck the hearts of many in this sort of new world that we live in. Um, there is, and I have no substantiation to these rumors whatsoever. Uh, there is a group that there is a rumor that there is a group of people that are responsible for some of the disappearances. However, these reports are very scattered. There are no names. It really is, in my eyes at least, shaping up to be more like a witch hunt than an actual factual accusation. Um, as far as missing people goes, I don't know if they're missing or not, but uh, the city of Sharn, I'm sure you've all heard, it is the largest city in what was where all of these Eberron people have come from, the continent of Corvair. Sharn was the largest city in Corvair. Um, the the city was affected by the Arcanicalism in that it was ripped from its own plane, wherever it is Eberron really is, and placed here. But what is most surprising is that it was done wholesale. The entire city and all of its people were transported. Um, the people there weren't brought in a 50-50 sort of manner as we've experienced here in Winter's Haven. Um, because of that, there were frequent airships from Sharn to here in Winter's Haven. Um, this was all occurring prior to the announcement about the Kyber Dragon shards. But actually, about 10 days before that, the airships from Sharn stopped coming. There hasn't been any word whatsoever in that time from the people of Sharn. The council put together with some members of the Grey Guard. They were willing to do it for basically nothing. A well-being expedition was put together and sent out a couple of days after the last airship arrived, but no word has been heard from them. With Sharn's proximity to the demon wastes, the prevailing fear and theory is that some sort of power grab by the denizens of the wastes was made, and Sharn may be in ruins. I certainly wouldn't be opposed to your group investigating. It would require a trip through the demon wastes, but that could also prove to be a beneficial expedition to the city, as we don't really have any reliable information about the demon wastes. But that's
So, just to be clear, you didn't do it.
correct. I did not take those people.
Inside check.
Go ahead.
23.
You've spent some time with him. You're getting pretty good at reading the mayor, including when he's being diplomatic. And this is one of those times where he's not being diplomatic and being entirely honest.
All right, then. I guess I'll be on my way. Did you do it?
Ah! No, I didn't.
One
All
more
right.
thing.
It's so nice to being the heroes of this new merged continent. We get to make jokes like this.
It helps when you've created a relationship of sorts with the I guess, the head person in charge of one of the larger cities.
Do you know what your job is?
I don't know what my title should be anymore. I was steward to the crown of Neverwinter, but now that it's Winter's Haven and we've got an advisory board, it seems to be a bit more of a republic, less of a monarchy. I'm not sure.
Chairman of the board?
What if we called you Chief Minister?
Chief Minister Mayor. I don't know. It seems like an awful mouthful.
What about Primary Chief Minister Mayor?
You're getting further from the answer, I think, Fendi.
That's a matter of perspective, I guess. What if we strip you of all your titles and you're just mayor?
Well, it does have a sort of an elegant simplicity to it.
Honestly, I thought you were going to hate that idea, and I could just cut you in a hypocritical situation. I did not expect you to like this at all. This has gone absolutely terribly for me. And
So we're going to call him Mayor?
I mean, that's what I've been doing this entire time.
What about the mayor?
No.
The Mayor?
Oh,
about
yes.
Jeff.
Mayor the Mayor. There you go. Now that sounds better.
What if we called him? Yeah, I got nothing. Jeff's the best.
Jeff Fafa?
Ooh, Jeff Fafa.
All right, so where is this demon waste? In which direction, and how many days travel should we anticipate?
All right, I'm gonna pull up the map of the Eberron coast.
To the south. Oh, it's way down there. It's like where we just were, and then further.
Yeah, so Sharn is very close to. It's actually not too far from Greenest, which your characters wouldn't remember as poignant, but you as players may remember that that's where your adventure in the Tyranny of Dragons started.
Mm-hmm.
Neil's mayor, I'm just going to call him Neil, his first name, he points out on the map where Sharn is. He kind of points to the demon. Information about the demon wastes is scarce at best, even in these times. Whatever cartographers from Corvair are now present in the Eberron coast, they've warned against expeditions into the barren, inhospitable lands. But ultimately, someone needs to know what's going on there. We can't. So, previous knowledge of the demon wastes was low in Corvair, and there were a lot of things about the wastes that were previously ignored willfully in order to help the people be more at ease. I don't feel as though that is the way that things should be handled in the current times. Maybe that worked for them in Corvair, but here in the Eberron coast, we need to know who our enemies are, where our friends live, and anything that may stretch in between. Like, for instance, there are rumors that there are Rakshasas in the Demon Wastes. I don't know necessarily how bad that is or how much substantial claim there is to that, but wouldn't it be better to know?
What's a Rakshasa?
From what I understand, they are called Rakshasas, and they are pretty powerful agents of evil. From what I understand, they work closely with devils. I'm not sure exactly what the nature of the relationship, or if it's a two-way street. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
Scary monsters.
Potentially, yes. Like I said, I don't think that ignoring the demon waste is going to keep them from being scary.
Yes. So,
What?
to Sharn?
Is there somewhere closer that's sort of like Sean?
I mean, there's Tarn Draw, which sounds like Sharn.
Let's just go there.
Let's see. I don't remember. I think it's like 5 days from Neverwinter to Waterdeep. Maybe
Okay.
it's somewhere between. I'd say it's probably actually closer to 7, like a standard hour week, but just shy of a 10-day. So we're probably looking at 3 10 days by wagon to get to the to Sharn.
It's a long time.
Sure is.
Oh.
Can we go faster? Nope. Then we won't have the wagon. And probably wouldn't end up actually being any faster.
Well, I would have thought that a wagon and a horse would have been an automatic assumption.
I was thinking I could thunderstep us twice and then wait 15 minutes. And then thunderstep us twice.
How short do you think
Well-
a short rest is?
30 minutes. An hour and a half. I don't know.
Well, I mean, alternatively, I can't do it at the moment, but I could do it tomorrow morning, where I can make it so we can run into a tree and come out another tree 500 feet away. And if we run into another tree, we can go out another tree 500 feet away for a full minute. But I don't think that helps as much.
Do you have to carve 9 3/4 in on these trees before you run into them?
Yes, you have to say a few words. Do a little dance, run into it, come out another one.
What spell are you talking about, Jay?
Tree stride. But if we run to the end of the forest, then, SOL. So I think we just have to agree to do the month of travel.
How much for like a big, fast.
Or like a giant eagle just flies.
That is another. Do they sell giant eagles?
I hope they don't.
Why?
They're meant to be free, man.
Are there giant eagles we can befriend then?
Have you met us? The odds of that happening is quite low. I'd just say we get the carriage ready and we take the month.
I'm looking really quick.
There's the livestock thing.
I believe you guys have a draft horse and a wagon. So you could potentially upgrade to I think a war horse goes faster.
It looks like it's the same speed. It's just like heavier and more expensive. Higher carrying capacity. Oh, I guess he's faster than a draft horse. Yeah. I'll pony up.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys have I think Stock bought another wagon and draft horses. Yeah, if you guys went to like a riding horse or a war horse, you guys could go faster. I'd say it would probably be like you could probably knock it down to instead of 30 days, be like I can actually like figure out what the real math is, but I mean either way, I'm not gonna. You guys are gonna get to the demon wastes in today's session. no matter how you decide to do it.
Well, do we need to bring a bunch of food? Each just ride a like we did for a couple other treks that we've made.
Oh, like with the donkey?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys do have a wagon with draft horses that is being provided to you basically for free from the Mages College still at Albrecht's Bazaar.
All right. So either way, stocks or the colleges, and we'll just use those, and we'll get it done.
Okay. So that is what you guys want to do, though? You want to head towards Sharn?
I guess so.
Okay.
The only word I heard was Sharn, but okay.
I was just confirming you guys do want to make your way to Sharn. Okay. Scott, can you still not hear me? Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys you set out after a long period of time on the road. A couple weeks go by, and you begin to make your way through like near Elturel, through Elturgard, where you can see the artificial sun that hangs over Elturel, bathes it and the fields around it in perpetual daylight. And you see that kind of butt up against dark clouds that are coming from the south overhead as you guys as you make your approach to the Demon Wastes, and it becomes obvious that the name isn't an ironic moniker. The sky darkens as volcanic clouds gather overhead, becoming thicker as you reach the boundaries of the verdant plains of Elturgard and begin to enter the black sand desert spotted with volcanic glass jutting sharply from valleys of dunes, waiting to impale unsuspecting wanderers. Rivers of molten lava course through the landscape, changing the scenery over time as it moves. The only vegetation you see is blood-red moss and a thick slime that may or may not be moving. Rock formations that seem to alternate appearing as rocks or ruined walls. Not that they change, but like you see like rocks and ruined walls, and it's hard to tell at times which is which. The air is thick with sulfurous fumes riding on stale winds. Continuing your trek through these forbidding lands, you find yourselves arriving at the edge of a complex network of canyons stretching for miles in any direction that isn't directly behind you.
It almost appears that the tradeway goes from Scornabel and then comes out just south of Swathra, or am I looking at that incorrectly? I don't see where the tradeway exits from the Demon Wastes any other place.
Maybe it doesn't.
I do not believe that the tradeway goes. I'm pretty sure that the tradeway goes away near Scornabel, and basically shipping from that region in the south goes up the coastway into Baldur's Gate, and then along the River Chianthar to the tradeway, or by water to Waterdeep.
So I assume that we're going to want to traverse the to Sharn? Or does that seem like a foolish choice?
Not sure what other choice we have.
I'm kind of interested to see what some of these areas are, like Gosh Dar, Martik Dar. I mean, are these actual like real places to stop, real waypoints, or?
So I mean, those are basically on the map that you guys have, which is like a crude approximation. Those are essentially like theoretical places on the map. Like there are those cities are known to be there, and they're known to be roughly in those areas in regards to the labyrinth.
So we might as well go to these at least theoretical waypoints. See if they're actually worth visiting. Or worth avoiding.
Um,
Towns that seem to be just east of a lake of fire, we might need to work on the PR if they're places worth visiting.
I mean, it could be that sort of
Or just
adventure thrill seeker tourism.
or just north of the lake of fire, the burning keep, or just west of the lake of fire, the rotting blade.
The burning keep, if there's a keep that's always on fire, wouldn't you want to visit that?
Absolutely
That's
not.
amazing.
To
Like,
give you
I
an
once
idea of,
I once heard of an ice hotel. Could be like that.
okay. To give you an idea of what
It's
most
a
people
burning
are
hotel.
interested into is things that sound decadent, things that sound enjoyable. I don't know anybody who hears burning and their skin doesn't just crawl a little bit.
For like warm weather.
This is a little bit further on the spectrum than warm.
Like
A little bit further than toasty.
Think of a nice fire on a cold night.
All right, so are we going to be drawing as straight a line as possible from Scornabel to, say, the river,
I think if we
Chantar,
go,
because we can follow the river to Sharn then? Or do we assume that the relatively peaceful, calm, green-looking area below the wastes is something we can traverse through right to Sharn?
I think yes, I think we'd want to pass by like Gashtar to see if it's anything.
Okay.
Maybe if we go Gashtar, Marikdar, like on the outskirts, and then we find the river there.
Well, like the DM said, these are possible theoretical places too. So they do. Mayor the mayor said that they do kind of need a lay of the land, so to speak.
Maybe a separate question we should ask here is, if we are working with as limited information as we are, shouldn't we use the sun to our advantage and use that as our compass, move directly south so we know kind of where we are, and once we get to stuff that looks like it's not a wasteland, then we just head east until we find the river and just follow that through?
Vendi, go ahead and make a survival check for me real quick.
No.
Then you die.
Just 20.
Okay. As you make your statement about using the sun for navigation, you realize that you actually haven't seen the sun since you got into the demon wastes. The thick volcanic clouds overhead all but completely block it out.
Well, that would have been good to know before I opened my mouth.
So Wendy, you don't want to see these theoretical places?
When it comes towards prioritizing our efforts, I'd imagine us taking a trail that we can easily reverse is more important than trying to wind and hit as many points of interest as possible.
We'll just
And
leave, a trail of breadcrumbs.
we don't have as much bread as you're assuming we do.
Something literal bread.
Stop using metaphors. You know that bothers me. Milkshakes, breadcrumbs. Fuck are you talking about, man?
Are there? Is this like a desert, or are there like sticks and whatnot around? Rocks.
So it is a black sand volcanic desert. There are rocks. There are no sticks. The only vegetation that you saw is a blood red moss and a thick slime that may or may not be moving.
Nice.
Any
So-
chance we could have loaded up a bunch of dry wood from the relative possibility of the woods there before entering the waste, so that we could at least build fires if we need to stop somewhere?
Yeah, I think that because you never know what you're going to find in the woods, I think that part of having a wagon and using it on expeditions is keeping some survival materials in there, where like, you can't rely on there being dried wood everywhere you go.
Right.
Plus, I have a cantrip that can just build bonfires. So the idea of having to constantly tend to a flame is relatively frivolous for us.
That's true too.
I want to pick up some rocks and make a big X. And then, see, Vendi, I'll just do this every, 100 feet or so. And then we'll know the path that we traveled.
Sure.
Damn, someone's playing Survivor.
What if instead we just give you a little bit of the fishing line from Stock's rod of angling, and you just carry it with you? We just put it down, put one end down, right underneath the rock right now, so we always know.
And then, like, a volcano or something splits the line, and
Well, if a volcano goes, the rocks are going to get covered as well.
a rabbit comes and chews on the line.
No, we're keeping the fishing line. Let's get going.
Well, I was being facetious.
Someone's not playing Survivor with the fishing line.
Okay. So, why doesn't one of you go ahead and make a survival check for me? Actually, tell you what. Why don't the three of you elect right now who's going to navigate you guys through the labyrinth?
I'm very, very confident that I would have the best abilities at this.
Does that mean
Why is that?
let you?
Why is that?
Trying to speak in not game terms. I believe my survival bonus is the highest of the three of us.
Okay.
Well, trust levels more.
If it's higher than a 5, then go right ahead.
Well, I have a +9 for my bonus, and I rolled a 21 when Corey said roll.
I don't know if you're trying to go to the same place that we are.
No, I'm going to tell you if we are.
If we just tell him where we want to go, then it's up to him to get us there, right? So he's our chauffeur then?
Yes.
Right.
To get our driver?
Okay, Vendy, go ahead and make a survival check for me.
The first one I rolled was a 21 when you first said it. I can roll another if you'd like.
Yes.
That's an 11.
Okay. So after about a half hour of going around, going through this labyrinth of canyons, you come across one of the rock X's that Xanalor has crafted.
All right, hold on one second.
See, aren't you glad I've done this?
Why was that the first thing I thought of when I heard the idea about the X's?
Well, at least.
My next survival check's a 24.
Okay. So yeah, this time you guys move through. You do not come back to one of the rocky X's. As you guys have been making your way through this labyrinth, you've noticed a number of oddities. There are religious relics and effigies scattered in various places. There doesn't seem to be much of a rhyme or reason to it.
Any like symbols that I recognize?
Go ahead and make a religion check.
That's a 5.
Nothing that you recognize, at least. Does anyone want to make an investigation check for me?
I'm too busy trying to survive.
Okay.
My investigation is not good.
Neither's mine, so
Okay, so did we make one or should I just roll?
go ahead.
Yowza. 3.
Okay. They could be labyrinth markers. And actually, can I have the three of you make a dexterity saving throw for me?
Boy.
Okay. That's adequate.
10.
Yeah, that's going to be much.
You know what? I'll burn my inspiration on this.
17.
17. Okay.
I raised it from a 10 to a 15.
Okay.
14.
Is that a 14? Okay. It showed up as a 4 and a 1 on my screen.
Well, because I'm reversed and I get confused.
You could just say 14.
I did, but nobody heard me.
I heard you say 14.
See?
I didn't. I was about to ask you. Okay. And then you showed me 41, which I know you didn't roll.
25.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's
So
walking there.
you guys are able to avoid kind of a rudimentary like trip line style trap that appears to have been laid across this part of the canyon. Vendy, go ahead and make another survival check for continuing to navigate.
And you guys are so worried about the integrity of the fishing line. Nat 1 into a 10.
Into a 10. Okay.
Everyone roll the dexterity check again as we go right past the trap again.
So yeah, you guys again, in about another half hour goes by, and you actually do spot the trap that a trap very similar to the one you went over, but you look and you see that like the potential labyrinth marker is the same one that you went past already.
Does that mean we're following the same path or that we've passed this for the second time now?
I'm going to assume pass it for the second time.
Let's see. Can I get you guys?
Distinctive.
What was that, Taylor?
I should have given them like a number.
Well, you started at 10, so I don't know how we're going to go from there.
I chose X because it meant 10.
Oh. I don't get it.
All right. Can I get the three of you to roll a roll initiative for me?
Oh boy. Nope, that was a scratch. I thought it was neat. I can't get this one backwards. E5, Jay?
Yep.
Error by the third baseman?
Mhm.
All right. So 20 to 25.
Nope.
15 to 20. 10 to 15.
11.
Okay.
12.
And then what did you have, Vendi? A 5?
8.
An 8.
8.
Okay.
Yep.
Why sideways?
So in lacrosse officiating, when you have numbers, if the fingers are pointed up, it's 1 through 5. If it's sideways, then it's 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10.
Weird.
Yeah. So knowing full well, if Corey sees this, he's not going to read it as 8. And that is your daily dose of sports ball, brought to you by NASA 5e.
All right. Give me just a sec. I'm just setting this up here. Okay. So as you guys arrive back at this place you've already been, you hear sounds coming from kind of up above you in the canyon. Yeah, Scrinkles, that's right. And it looks like go ahead and make a perception check for me, the three of you.
That is an 18.
18%.
That's another
If I
natural.
use if I use Sentinel's intuition, is that it doesn't seem to have a limitation on how often I can do that? Is that
I need to find
right?
out what the fuck you're talking about.
As a marked human, I get Sentinel's intuition now.
Oh, okay.
When I make insight or perception checks, I can roll a d4 and add that number to my ability score.
That is an all the time thing.
Okay. I'm probably gonna roll a 1 though. No, almost as bad. That 4 becomes that now. An 11.
Okay. So it was an 18 for Xanalor and 11 for Nevis, and Ven, did you say 19?
A 6.
6. Okay. All right. Xanalor, you notice that they appear to be orcs, and they appear to have some similar markings on them to some of the effigies that you guys have gone past. Um, Nevis, you were up first. You do see them. You know they're there. You just haven't noticed that they are definitely. You're not sure. Xanalor knows they're definitely orcs. You think they're probably orcs. You don't notice the religious effigies similarities on their garb.
All right, so what I'm seeing here is we're all on different plateaus, yes?
Correct.
They're not very far away as the crow flies.
I'd say each elevation change that you see is going to represent 5 feet.
All right, seeing as we're in a place called the Demon Waste, I'm just going to assume that these guys aren't going to invite us to a tea party, and I will attack first. So, let's go Guiding Bolt at the first level against this one right here. Oh, it's not marking for me. I can't make any... Oh, never mind. I did something stupid. That
Okay.
one there.
All right.
So that is a roll to hit. Nat 20.
There we go.
Oh,
First
that must be
hit
nice.
of long time. Holy.
Well, it's because Stock stole all of them last time.
He did. What, did he have 5? That was incredible.
I think it was 6 by the end of the session. It was nuts.
That's great. Good. Anyway, so that becomes a 29 to hit.
A 29 to hit, that will definitely hit.
Come on, big numbers. No, not big numbers. 22 radiant damage.
22? Okay.
And then for my bonus, Toll the Dead on that same one.
Same one? Okay, and that's a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom save of 17.
Okay. Nope, he got a 4.
Let's hope he's going to get forked up from this. Oh, wait a minute. I already hit him, so it becomes 12s, right?
Correct.
13 necrotic.
Okay.
And that ends my turn.
Alrighty. All right. That brings us to Xanalor.
All right. I'm gonna try. Yeah, I guess with these two where they're at, I'm gonna blast Eldritch Blast this guy.
Okay.
With both beats. That is a 26 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
And that is 12 force damage. The other one is a... Am I plus? Yeah. 13 to hit.
You said a 13 to hit?
Correct.
That will miss.
Okay.
This is not with the Gauntlet of Spell Blasting, right?
Correct.
Okay.
'Cause I did.
Okay. Alrighty. Anything else?
No, I'm good right there.
Okay. All right. Vendi, you're up.
All right. I really want to see what will happen here. So since we are standing on some earth,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast this 5th level spell, Conjure Elemental. And from the way I understand the spell is because there's a 10-foot area
Mm-hmm.
of earth by me, I can select that area and bring up an earth element.
Let me. He says a 5th level spell. I just want to take a look at this real quick because we haven't done this before.
Yeah, this is same deal. Is choose an area of air, earth, fire, or water that fills a 10-foot cube within range.
Mhm.
An elemental challenge rating 5 or lower appropriate to the area you choose appears in an unoccupied space within 10 feet of it. Elemental is friendly to you. Roll initiative for the elemental. It has its own obeys verbal actions that I issue it.
Okay.
If I issue none, it will protect itself, but otherwise takes no actions. If it's broken, like if my concentration breaks, I lose control of the elemental, and it may become hostile towards me and my companions, and it may attack.
Okay. Whoops. Let's do that.
So I have the stat guide for the earth elemental put up.
Okay. I'm just going to bring this. I'm going to plop it into the initiative tracker. What is the initiative that you rolled for it?
So it will be whatever I roll -1. So let's take care of that right now. 18.
Okay. Alrighty. I need to snag a token for that.
Yep. It'll be a large creature as well.
Okay.
And I guess my first order is ensure we have the high ground.
Okay.
And if that's the case, I would like to do a little bit of a dude over here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And that's my turn.
All right. Give me just a minute here.
Sorry, guys. Spellcasters take forever.
I do have a token for this. I just got to pull it up.
Mhm.
Okay. That's a little bigger than it needs to be.
So he is enormous. Okay.
Still pretty big. Alrighty. So, that was it for your turn, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, this guy, he is going to hang on here. All right. All right. So the two on the ledge, they're going to attempt to throw spears, one at Nevis and one at Xanalor. Let's see. Does a 19 hit you, Nevis?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay. So that's going to be that's going to be 12 piercing damage. And then does an 11 hit you, Xanalor?
Nope.
No? Okay. Alright, so that's A and B. This one is going to come there. Okay, and then yeah, so then one is going to try to make a great axe attack against Xanalor and one against Nevis. Sorry, Xanalor, you should be in that square. You guys are kind of in between squares because of the way you got pasted in. Okay. All right, so it's going to be a pair of attacks at each of you. So against Nevis, one of those is going to hit, and that's going to be 15 slashing damage. And then against Xanalor, does a 13 hit you?
Not quite.
Not quite. Okay. All right, so that's the two of them. That brings us back to. That actually brings us to the top with the Earth Elemental.
Okay.
And
I gave my order, so I'll roll the dice, but you decide what it does.
okay. And your order was to make sure that you have the high ground, right?
Yeah, ensure we have the high ground.
Okay. 5, 10. It's gonna move
It
here.
has a move speed of 30 feet. Yes.
Okay. And it is going to um, attempt to. It's gonna shove this orc. It's gonna try to shove him backwards to send him down from the same level ground. So go ahead and.
So it'd be a D20 plus 5 for my roll,
Yes.
which comes up as a 15.
15. Okay. That is going to beat the 10 from the orc. Just so that I can double check here. How far is the shove action again?
Great question.
Yeah, I'm looking that up. Okay, so that is going to move him back that way. Okay. Does the Earth Elemental have multi-attack?
He does. He can make 2 slam attacks.
Okay. So it's going
Also has
to
a reach of 10 feet, just so you know.
reach at 10 feet. Okay. So it's going to stay there. Then it's going to reach out and it's going to shove him one more time because you can actually. Yeah, you can do this multiple times.
This new one is an adjusted 20, 15 plus 5.
Okay, that's actually a tie then. So let's roll again.
Okay. Even better, 21.
Okay, this time the orc is able to kind of stand its ground. It rolled higher, but I think the elemental learned something. Okay, that's gonna bring us to Nevis.
All right. So did my bonus attack Toll the Dead count as an attack against the Guiding Bolt's Mystic Light? Because it wasn't actually an attack; it was a saving throw. So just whatever your interpretation is, I'm fine. If it gives me advantage and doesn't, then I'll deal with that too.
Let me look really quick.
Say the next attack that is made is an attack.
Next
But it
attack
doesn't
roll.
require-
So I'm gonna go ahead and say that it didn't end because it says the next attack roll, and you didn't make an attack roll.
Right. That's what I was wondering about. Okay. So I will attempt to melee the one that came up to me.
Okay, that's the one to your left, just FYI.
Yeah. I've got one that was sideways. Oh my. Okay. Even with advantage, I will fully So does a 12 hit?
A 12 will not make an effect on its. What you can tell now from the impact is probably a chainmail sort of armor.
Okay. Then, for my bonus action, let's go with inflict wounds at the second level.
Okay. All right. That's a melee spell attack from you, correct?
It's a dirty 20 to hit.
That will.
4 times. Nice. 34.
Wow.
34 necrotic damage.
Okay. That's pretty hefty, sir.
Yeah, 2 10s, two tens, a 9, and a 5.
All right. So, is that it for your turn?
Yeah, that's my action and my bonus action.
All right, Xanor.
All right, I'm going to fire up the gauntlet
Okay.
and Repelldritch Blast this fella.
For a Peldritch Blast.
All right, so I forget, is it a bonus action to cast a spell into it?
I did it before we were at Sibo's, unless that was months ago.
Well, I mean, that was kind of a different sort of thing. Have you done this yet?
I haven't actually used it.
Oh, okay. Um,
Takes an action to release spell, have to reload. I don't have a note on how long it takes to...
yeah, I don't think you learned that yet. Okay, let's take a look. I need to see what I wrote really quick just to make sure.
It takes an action, then I'm going to use my action, because I would act. My note is holds up to 1 day. Holds up to 1 day. There we go. So it doesn't last 38 days or whatever.
Okay, looks like whatever it would typically take you to cast that spell does require you to do that into the gauntlet and then an action to use the gauntlet.
Okay, so I'm going to load up the gauntlet.
Okay.
It's my action, and then I really wish I had good bonus action stuff.
Misty steps.
Take a step back so Mr.
Okay.
Elemental can help. That's it.
Alrighty. Okay. Vendi.
All right. I'll give a new order for my turn. It goes like, all right. My fault on the wording. Just smack him. And then I all I really want to do for right now.
Okay. Alrighty. So this guy, he's going to drop down. So that's going to be what's their move speed? Okay. So he's going to be on the ladder there. This guy is going to move there. Okay, so that's them. This guy. Oh, actually, wait. Okay, actually, yeah. These guys are gonna. These guys are able to, because of an ability that they have, get up there. The one that you really wounded. Nevis, you hear him um, basically he just starts like yelling this like guttural, roar of a yell. And then he makes a single attack at you with his axe. Um, so that's going to hit with a adjusted 25 for another 15 slashing damage.
Okay.
This one is going to step up to the elemental, and he's going to make a pair of attacks towards him. Does a 23 hit the elemental?
23 does hit.
Okay, and then for the second one, that's going to be a 22.
Both hit, however, it has a damage resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing if the weapon is not magical.
Okay, all right, so it takes 15 slashing damage then total.
Okay, it is now at 111 hit points.
Okay, there's going to be a pair of attacks against Xanalor. Does a 19 hit you?
Oh yeah,
Okay, and then a 12 does not, correct?
correct.
All right, so that's 15 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then there's another pair of attacks towards you, Nevis. Does a adjusted 20 hit?
Oh, of course.
Okay. I couldn't. I thought you were like above 20 for your AC. I thought you were like 21, or you're almost there.
19.
19. Okay. All right. So there's gonna be two hits for a total of 30 slashing damage.
Okay.
All right.
And I
Sorry.
said it's going to be nice knowing you guys.
All right. The Earth Elemental is up. He's gonna make a smash attack against this one right here. The one right in front of him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that will be the first attack. It's this number I roll plus 8 for 19.
Definitely hits.
14 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And then the second attack is a 23.
Mm-hmm.
Another 14 damage.
Okay. All right, Nevis, you're up.
All right. As a free action, I would like to use the Blessing of the Forge on my armor.
Okay.
And that will give me a bump in my AC up to 20.
Mm-hmm.
And as a bonus action, I would like to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
So that gives me a 22 for a little while. And then for my main action, I want to, to expend the charge in my hammer. Does that take an action or bonus action?
Um, I don't remember.
Well, either way, I want to be able to use the weapon right now, so I'm just going to make a melee attack against the one that I've been hitting.
Okay.
28? No, 26.
Both of those would have hit.
So that gives a 7 bludgeoning damage from the weapon. And then for my Divine Strike, he takes another 3 fire damage.
Okay. So it was 11 and 3, you said?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm looking. I'm trying to figure out if it was supposed to be a. I'm gonna have to look at the actual thing, see if it was supposed to be an action or a bonus action for the enchantment on the hammer. Does it say on your armor by any chance, Jay?
For
Like what the action cost is to use the charge on it?
it does not. It just says once per day you can expend this armor's charge.
Okay.
But I'm guessing it would count as my reaction if we need to put something to it.
Right, yeah. Yeah, why don't we do that? Why don't we have it be a reaction cost? So, I mean, you already hit with it, Nevis, but so for the future, and I'll edit it so that it says that on the hammer as well.
Oh, it's going to be what? I'm sorry.
Reaction
Reaction. Okay.
to use the charge, yeah. Okay. And your bonus action was Shield of Faith, right?
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty. That said, it's going to be Xanolor's turn.
All right. Gauntlet.
Okay.
This guy.
All right. So when you roll for your bolts, roll with an additional +2.
Okay. Roll. I rolled horribly. With an extra +2, 12 to hit.
12 is not going to hit.
And a 15.
15 is not going to hit either.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Okay. Then I just look at the glove.
All right. So I will say, at least like narratively, when you fire the glove, you feel that the glove has like sort of straightened the trajectory a bit. You actually missed because you're used to accounting for a little bit of wiggle in like the release. So yeah, you realize that it might make it a little bit easier, at least with that particular spell, to hit things.
Okay.
All right. So Vendi, you are up.
All right. Based off of just a quick little glance, how rough does Neves look?
Nevis is looking pretty beat up. Like he's looking almost as bad off as the orc that he's fighting with.
I'm casting Healing Word at the 4th level.
Okay.
for 9 points of healing.
9.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Then I'm going to let's see. I'm just gonna use my action to cast a produce flame in my hand.
Okay.
And the order I'll give the earth elementals: keep going. And that's my turn. Wait, nope. Now that's my turn.
How did you? So wait, you cast Healing Word at the 4th level.
Which is a bonus action spell.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yep. And then as my action, the cantrip produce flame.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. I see. I see now how you rolled a 9 on that.
Yep.
I understand the trade-off at this point. Okay. All right. So that being done, all right. The orcs are up again. This one is going to. Yeah, the orc here that you've been fighting with, Neves, is going to try to back up. So if you want to use your reaction to make a opportunity attack, you may.
It's 23 to hit.
That will hit.
For 13.
Okay. Yeah, you actually he was getting a spear ready. You're not sure if it was to like who it was to throw it at, but you knock him as he steps back and he dies.
Sweet.
All right. This one is going to try to make a pair of attacks against the elemental. No longer with advantage. That is going to be a 20 and a 14.
Hits and misses.
Okay, so that's going to be 7 slashing damage.
Okay, so that leaves me at 104 hit points.
This one is going to try to make a pair of Great Axe attacks against Zanalor. One. Okay, so let's see here. The first one is going to be an adjusted 20 to hit.
Hits.
That's going to be 15 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then it misses with the second one, and the head goes flying off in like down the cliff. Like the head of its great axe goes flying off.
His head. Just like he just swung it all the way around.
Yeah, pronouns and antecedents, my dude.
What's that?
Pronouns and antecedents, my dude.
Okay, and then Nevis, this one is going to try to make a pair of attacks against you with its great axe. Both of those are going to miss. You are finally not the sole beneficiary of high rolls on my part. All right, Earth Elemental.
All right, you tell me what I need to roll.
He's going to continue trying to pound this orc down into the sand.
All right. I found out I can roll 2 d20s at the same time. And if I need to show my screen, I will. I rolled 2 natural 20s.
That's fine. I'm fine with it. Do it. What's the damage on that?
Okay.
That's 28.
So the base.
Both.
So it's 14 damage, but it's 2d8 plus 5. So that's 10. 20, it'd be 25 damage for each attack then.
Okay. All right. This orc is looking real rough. That took him to looking like he was ready to fight to looking like he's ready to run.
And I'd like to use my reaction to say, "Good job, buddy."
All right, Nevis, you're up.
All right. See what I think I want to do here is oh shoot, I can't do that. I'm not that high anyway. Let's go bonus action at the second level. Healing word on myself.
Okay.
Also give me 9 more hit points.
Nice.
And as soon as I get done adjusting this, I want to use my main action to attempt another melee.
Hey, I just wanna double check on why you wanted to cast Healing Word over Cure Wounds.
Because I can cast Healing Word at a distance. I need to touch for
No,
Cure Wound.
not you, Vendy.
Oh.
Cure wounds is an action. Healing word is a bonus action.
Right, but you have Spell Driver.
But if I want to still use melee as an action, I can't take 2 actions and a bonus action. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. It doesn't matter. I'm still only going to be doing 2 things.
Right, yeah.
Okay, then. Yeah. Let's roll the 8s. Let's see what happens. That's a little better. That's going to give me 15 instead of the 9.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify because like I'm pretty sure that you and Vendy have both spells. I totally understand why Vendy did Healing Word. I was a little confused why you did it.
Yeah. All right. So attempt melee. Then for my action at the
Okay.
yikes. 12 will probably not hit.
A 12 will not. No. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah. I'm going to profess ignorance here. I don't understand how to use my Warhammer's charge as a reaction.
So you would just use your reaction for this round, which meant that if that orc went to try to move away, you would not be able to take an attack of opportunity on him until your next turn. And it would have granted you advantage on that attack.
Okay. All right. I had to end up in my brain a couple times to figure it out, but yeah, I think I understand now.
So would you like to have done that?
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
That wasn't. Can you not hear me?
No, what did you say?
I said that on my turn.
Oh, are you going to roll that attack for advantage?
I thought I saw my next time to try and attack him. Because I'm using it as a reaction, and you said that I would not be able to use my reaction now for an opportunity attack if he decided to move away, which now ends my turn and means that would happen on his next action. Therefore, I don't have advantage until my next attack on it, which I already did.
You know what? I actually don't think I'm gonna have that cost an action to activate because it's already limited in how many you can only use it once a day, and
Mm-hmm.
it's limited on time, so it's until the beginning of your next turn. So, Jay, this goes for you too. Activating your the charge on your enchanted item from Sibo is not going to cost an action.
Okay.
Because I was just thinking about for weapons, having it cost your reaction is actually a really steep cost for something that like other people can do for yeah. Okay, yeah. So if you want to use your Warhammer's charge to have major attack against that orc with advantage, you can. Because it lasts until the start of your next turn.
Okay. It's in addition to everything else I've done already.
Correct.
Come on, charge. 23 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. That's 7 bludgeoning from the weapon and 2 fire from Divine Strike.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay, Xanilor, you're up.
Okay. So this guy is like almost dead.
He
Or
is
this
dead.
guy,
So,
he is dead.
so the half heart indicates that they are in fourth. To borrow a term from fourth edition, bloodied, which
Okay.
means that they're at roughly half health or less.
Okay.
The skull and crossbones is going to mean that they are dead.
Okay. Just want to make sure I know what is happening. I am gonna go ahead and cast a negative energy flood at this guy.
Okay.
That is a con saving throw.
Okie dokie. That is a total of 8.
Yay, he failed. Okay, I get to roll a lot of d12s. That's 15 plus 6. 27 necrotic damage.
Okay. All right. You put him at negative 24 health.
So he died.
Yeah.
So he is going to rise up as a zombie at the start of next turn.
Oh, okay. Let's see. What's a good thing for that?
The token, but upside down. A token, but brains written over
So
it.
at the start of your next turn?
Yes, at the start of my next turn.
Okay. What does it have for hit points?
Stats for zombie are in the monster manual.
Okay, so it just uses it is a zombie?
Yeah,
Okay.
So 22.
unless you want to make it a special zombie. I see the regular zombie is 22 hit points.
Okay. I'm just gonna put 22 on there. Okay. Alrighty.
And then I'm going, if I can move backwards, and I'll take the opportunity if he's taking it.
So you actually did not leave his melee range, so
Okay.
he would not get one.
Okay.
All right, Vendi.
All right. Now that the guy I was going to finish off, finished off and started the next chapter of his book, I'm going to throw the produce flame at the guy harassing Stan.
Okay.
So let me roll my d20 plus for an 18.
Yes, an 18 will hit this guy up here.
All right, for 2d8 fire damage, which is 11 fire damage.
Okay.
At that point, I'm going to cast Shillelagh as my bonus action,
Shugglug.
changing the color that I'll have, and I'm going to inch a little bit 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And that's my turn.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. New order for the elemental, which is help. Yeah, I don't know. Help Nevis. You don't
Okay.
know who Nevis is. Help that guy.
Okay. All right. This guy, he's going to step this way, and he is going to try to hit both of you with his great axe.
I'm gonna use Steve-O's. Use the charge.
Okay. And that gives, I'm sorry, that's disadvantage on the attack against you?
Correct.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to roll against Xanalor. That's going to be a 22 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So that'll be 15 slashing damage. Is your negative energy wave concentration spell?
No.
No? Okay. All right. And then disadvantage against Vendicimus. That's going to be a 10 to hit.
Miss.
Yes. All right. Then it's going to be the one that is. Oh, you know what? Take 3 hit points back, Xanalor. Sorry, I forgot he broke his great axe.
Oh, okay.
The hit bonus is the same, but the damage is different.
Cool.
Okay. The second one is going to make an attack against, or a pair of attacks against Nevis. Both of those are going to miss again. And no, I'm not doing that because you almost died, Nevis, before you started thinking that. I literally rolled a 3 and a 6. All right, Earth Elemental is going to stomp. Actually, that's far enough, right? Let me.
Yep.
Not.
Reach at 10 feet.
Yep. I had the token rotate diagonally, so I was getting myself all kinds of farted up. All right. Two attempts at making this guy pound sand by pounding him into the sand.
Stop. Let's see here. I rolled a. Neither's gonna hit. 14 and a 10.
Okay, yeah, both of those will miss. All right, Nevis.
Damn it, Rocky, better.
As a point of order for fairness, when I cast that spell, I probably should have made a concentration check on Shield of Faith.
You only need to make a concentration check if you take damage. If you cast another spell that requires concentration, you lose concentration on the first one. So you haven't done that yet, I don't believe, because Cure Wounds does not require concentration.
No, it does not. You're correct. Okay. So Shield of Faith is still up.
Mm-hmm.
So is my Blessing of the Forge, right? That lasts.
I think that's until
for
you
like
take a
8
long
hours
rest.
or something like that. Okay, or until I cancel it. Yeah. Okay. So. Against the one to my north with the melee.
Okay.
Man, it was a 12. We went to a 2, so 9 is not going to hit.
No, unfortunately not.
So for my bonus action, let us use Inflict Wounds at the second level.
Okay.
Hit multiple dice, and I rolled another fucking 2.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Ends my turn.
Alrighty. Okay, Xanalor. So your zombie hath risen.
Okay. He pursues whatever creature it can see that is closest to it.
Okay.
That's what he does.
All right. Okay, he's going to attack the Earth Elemental then.
I'm rolling for him.
Yeah, we'll treat it like when Jay does Conjure Elemental.
Okay. Da, 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 da.
Your pet,
Plus
you roll.
your pet. Rolled 18 to hit.
Wow, that will hit. I think, right? The Elemental?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, AC 17.
Okay.
5 bludgeoning damage.
Reduced to
2. Yep.
Cool. What Xandalor's going to do is Repel Blast this guy.
You're gonna what?
Eldritch Blast, try to push him.
You're gonna repel Dritch Blast? Okay. So you gotta roll with disadvantage still.
Yep. So first beam, that's a 10 to hit.
That will miss.
Second beam is a 14.
14 will also miss, unfortunately.
I'm not good today.
Now you're countering for the straightness of the blast.
I got myself all confused. So
You did.
I'm gonna get ready to shoot me.
All
I know
right.
it's been like a long time since you played a video game and you're like almost familiar with the controls again. This is you, a Repelder's Blast.
It's like when you go from playing Destiny to playing Borderlands, and you run into a battle, like you think you've got the controller scheme down, and you try to get into your super. You try to use your action skill, and you wind up just throwing a grenade and punching. All right, Vendi, you're up.
All right. I'm going to start off with using my shillelagh, and I'm going to take a two-handed crack on the knee of the orc.
Okay.
This is not a versatile weapon, I believe. Well, it doesn't matter because shillelagh fixes the damage up.
Right.
Roll a natural one.
Okay.
So if that's the case, yeah. If that's the case, after that, I'm just going to end my turn. I got nothing.
Okay. I just need to see something real quick. Oh, okay. So it got saved from Log got saved from meeting the same fate as your last weapon by the
By the
Shillelagh
shillelagh.
spell. Yeah.
Yep.
Damn it. I just accidentally closed the encounter tab.
Does that mean none of this happened? We all wake up from a dream.
Hold up. Am I just a sick boy lying down in his bed while my grandfather's reading me a book?
Ah, shit. It means I lost the health on all of them, too. Okay, we just left off with Vendi, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so the orcs are up. This one here is going to try to make a spear attack against each of you. Against Xanalor, that's going to be a 24. Against Vendi, that's going to be a 10.
Oof.
That's another 12 to you, Xanalor.
Okay.
And then against Nevis, it's going to try 2 more melee attacks. Nope. The best one was a 15. All right. So after the orcs is elemental. Elemental is going to protect Nevis and do double smash at that orc.
All right. I have a 16 and a 17.
Those will both hit.
Okay, 28 damage total.
Okay. Alrighty. After Earth Elemental is Nevis.
All right, let's make another attempt at a melee on the one to my north. I believe that one's going to hit with a dirty 20.
Yes, definitely.
So that's 8 bludgeoning from the weapon and 4 fire damage from Divine Smite.
All right.
And I am going to once again try for let's try for inflict wounds again at the second level. Nice, 24 to hit.
Yep.
4 10s. 25 necrotic.
Nice. All right. So that brings us to Xanalor Zombie, who is going to try to attack the elemental because that's what he do.
It's just what he all about. 7 to hit.
No.
Miss.
What does Xanalor do?
Xanalor is gonna blast something. I'm gonna try to push him back.
He's gonna go bear blasting.
Oh, I blew a 20. 13 to hit.
That will miss.
Hey, 20 to hit.
That will hit.
Nice.
Okay, and that'll be 12 force damage.
Okay.
Knock back 10 feet.
All right. Gotta unclick from that thing. Okay. Yeah, he bounces into the elemental.
Fendi, put him between the orc and the zombie.
So actually, I'm going to hang on a sec. I couldn't dig the token out from underneath the elemental. I'm gonna roll a dexterity saving throw for the orc to see if he falls prone from bouncing off of the elemental or not. He rolled a 17, so he does not fall prone, but he actually is going to bounce there. So you kind of got like an extra 15 or an extra 5 feet of movement out of that repel drift blast.
Cool.
Okay. That's everything for Xanalor, unless Xanalor wants to move.
Nope.
All right, Ovender.
Alrighty then. I definitely want Rocky to help out with Neves.
Okay.
Because I don't want to find out who Dan's 8th character is going to be.
His name is Tight.
7. Yeah, 7's enough. At that point, I'm going to roll up and use Shillelagh again.
Okay.
Once again, hopefully he's a little off balance now. I'm going to try to smack at the knee again.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm doing it that way. That seems dumb. Oh, no, hold up. That's not what I want to do. Can I undo my turn?
Yep.
All right. How bad does Xanalor look right now?
Um,
I'm beat up, but I'm alive for sure.
Cure wounds 3rd level.
Okay.
That will be 21 hit points back.
That'll undo a lot of the stabbing.
I look almost healthy.
And And then as a bonus action, I look really proud of myself.
All right. That brings us to the orcs. That one is going to try to attack against Nevis. Still. Let's see. That's going to be a 19 to hit, which I do believe misses now.
It does.
All right. So that was his highest. The other orc is going to.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
He's got options.
Come on.
He's going to try to stab the elemental twice.
Damn it. I really wanted to have an elemental reaction.
All right. Both of those are going to hit. And that's going to be 12 piercing damage. Sorry, 13 piercing damage against the.
Okay. That puts me at 89 hit points.
Okay. You didn't reduce that, right? Because I just gave you. Okay.
I've been assuming that you're giving me the half value.
Yes. Okay. Good. That brings us to Rocky.
Rocky is going to do what you tell him to.
Okay, I think he's gonna keep protecting Nevis and
Cool.
do stomp.
All right. Let's see here. The first one is going to be a 23. The second one a
What was the second one?
12.
12. Okay, the first one will hit.
14 damage.
Okay. This orc is looking awful. All right. Nevis, you are up.
Right, continue to melee. That was a 15 hit.
15 just barely misses.
Damn. Okay. Then I am out of second level slots. But I do have some firsts left that I can use. Let's once again try inflict wounds.
Okay.
19.
That will hit.
3 10s this time. Gives me 23 necrotic.
All right. You got him.
Rolling well with the 10s today.
Yeah, seriously. You getted him. Okay. Any movement that you want to do?
Yeah. Against my intuition to go in a corner and lick my wounds, I'm going to move 15. No, let's move 10. Around Rocky there, and
Okay.
I'll get ready to help with that one.
Alrighty.
And get a little bit more away from the zombie, which I'm still not sure what the hell that thing's going to do. Apparently, it attacked friend and foe. So.
Oh, yes. By the way, I've given the elemental a new last name. It's now Rocky Balboulder.
Balboulder. Okay.
Yes.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Zomboy is up.
Can I go before the zombie?
Sure.
I don't know how it works. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to go here and then Repelger's Blast.
Okay.
27, I assume will hit
Yeesh.
for 9 force damage, and the other's a 4.
Did you say 14?
Yeah.
That will not hit.
Right.
So he's gonna move there. Okay.
Now I'm hoping he will turn and chop.
Can you make a perception check for Zomboy for me?
Okay. 17 on the dice. What is his modifier? -2.
So 15?
Yeah.
Okay. You repelled your blast the orc towards Zomboy, and well, we'll call him Zork. And you think for a second that Zork didn't see it, but then there's this like moment of recognition on Zork's face as he turns and bites into the other orc. So go ahead and roll.
16.
That will just barely hit.
Hey. And I rolled a full dice, so 7 bludgeoning.
Okay. Alrighty. So then with that, that brings us to the orc. Nope, Vendi. Brings us to Vendi. I almost skipped Vendi. This is what happens when you're doing initiative in your head again.
All right. I'll give out a new order, and I'll just go Rocky, round 10, knockout. And I'm gonna point towards the zombie orc and the orc.
Okay.
And that will be my turn because I don't feel comfortable going up against two guys. That one is actively attacking Rocky.
Okay. All right. So up is the orc. He's going to he's going to make a grapple attempt against Zork to try to get Zork off of him. So why don't you go and have Zork roll a strength or dexterity check?
Okay, let's see what he's better at. That's a 14 strength.
Okay. So Zork gets pinned down by Orc, and then Orc is going to try to drag Zork away. And Rocky is going to go 5. We'll go 10, and he's going to plant a fist firmly on both of their heads.
All right. The first one will be a 14. The second one will be a 24.
Okay, he's going to miss Zork, but he's going to hit Orc for 14 damage, correct?
That's right.
All right. Because unfortunately Zork is still wearing the chainmail of his previous life. All right, that brings us to Nevis.
Let's try. Let's move here. 5, 10, 15. And at Zork. Well, wait a minute. Are zombies immune to radiant damage?
I think that is probably the opposite of what would be true.
Yeah.
Okay. I know they're resistant to some things. I just didn't know. I had no idea right off the top of my head what it would be like. Poison, obviously.
If you want to kill the thing,
I mean, what else are you supposed to do with zombies?
Set them ablaze.
Let them zomb out.
Let them zomb. He'll wear himself out eventually.
Unless I can actually move, that'll be 25 feet.
Okay.
And take a chance at hitting regular orc.
Orc, not Zork.
Yeah, let's do that. I'll do the extra movement, and at the third level, try guiding bolt.
Okay.
That's definitely gonna hit with a 25.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, that'll hit. Yeah.
And I need to grab a plethora of sixes now. No, not bad, not bad. 10, 15, 24 radiant damage.
Wow. All right. I probably should have put that up last time, but he's definitely looking pretty rough now.
Okay, let's hit him with Toll the Dead as my bonus action.
Okay.
Wisdom of 17.
Wise Dome. Nope, that's a fail.
Hey,
Don't forget it's 12s.
yeah. For some reason I grabbed 3 when it should only be 2. Gosh, that's only 10 necrotic.
Okay. All
One more
right.
turn.
Okay, so now it is Xanalor and Zork's turn. Just so you know, Xanalor, Zork can still bite Orc, although he is grappled.
Bite.
Okay. So have Zork make an attack on Orc.
17.
Zork bites Orc.
And I rolled another 6, so 7 damage.
Okay. He almost killed Zork.
Ah! I think little sidestep and then Eldritch blast him to death.
Okay.
Hopefully. One is a 24 to hit, the other's a 14.
All right, the 24 will hit.
14 force damage.
Okay. There was no way you weren't going to kill him. He had 1 hit point left.
Okay.
All right.
I should have gone first.
Okay, so Orc falls down on top of Zork. Zork eventually gets out from underneath Orc. And it is Rocky's turn.
All right. You tell me what he's gonna do.
I think Rocky is going to double pound Zork.
Let's do it. Both of those are 17s, which get turns into 25 and 25.
Those will both hit.
That would be 28 damage.
Okay. That's enough to kill Zork. Zork was dead, undead, re-dead.
Wait, what kind of damage was it?
Bludgeoning.
Okay. How much damage?
28
25.
bludgeoning damage.
28.
So that would be a DC 30. So I'm gonna just say he fails
What?
because he makes a con saving throw when he's reduced to 0 hit points,
Oh.
unless it's radiant damage. It's DC 5 plus the damage taken.
Yep.
Jeez.
So I'm not gonna roll a DC 30. So
Yeah.
he can't beat
Cool
it
ass zombie ability to make them harder.
to kill. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
He would have hit point.
Yeah. The only way to avoid that without like making a check is radiant damage or critical hit.
Alrighty. Well, with that, guys, why don't we go ahead and take 10, and we'll come back.
Before we do that, I will dismiss Rocky while I still have concentration.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
if I lose concentration, then I can't dismiss him, and we have more battle to do.
Is bad.
All right. See you guys in 10 minutes.
All right. Wait, you heat it up before you put the water in? Put the water in the beginning. Put the water in the beginning, babe. Yeah, but sweetheart, the water is in there to keep it from drying out. So why would you put the water in there before you put it? It is now. Yeah. And what if somebody doesn't want to use? Do they actually have alcohol content in them, or are they just tasting like booze? What?
Hey, did Scott remember to play the commercial?
I don't think I heard one,
Damn it.
but then again, I wasn't paying attention. So how about this week's session brought to you by Brill Cream, a product which may or may not still exist. Or how about saccharin? Bad for you now, but our parents survived.
So much of Mike just woke up.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Hello. It's me, Scott. Are you guys ready to use the Force? Oh shit, wrong movie.
I don't even know what that is.
It's my new D&D character, Scott Felsky.
No, I got that part, but which movie were you supposed to be in?
That is something that is in my backstory. Will come out at a later session.
Okay.
That's also why I want Neves to live, because I don't want him beating me to the punch and making a character based on you.
I can make that promise right now.
All right. So, you guys finish the fight, the battle. You guys are still in the labyrinth. What do you want to do?
Dispel Rocky Balboulder.
Okay, done.
So we should. Why were we ambushed? And how do we avoid that?
I feel the more important question is, how the hell did you just do that? You killed the guy and he came out, he kept on fighting.
Why do you think I did that?
I just kind of assumed.
Nice that you just make assumptions when crazy undead things happen that I'm involved.
Well, do you really think that's a, like, squiggly line?
I don't understand.
Nevis, am I crazy for thinking that some crazy, hard to explain stuff happens and I just think Xanalor is probably involved?
I'm just going to say I'm starting to worry about both of you.
Yeah, that's fair.
But we're in the demon wastes. Maybe there's something strange about this place.
That doesn't mean you need to lose your mind and start creating zombies.
Yeah, Vendy.
Insight check on myself. Did I make the zombies?
I think what Xanalor was trying to imply that maybe the demon wastes made the zombie.
Yes.
All right. Then insight check on Xanalor.
Okay, Xanalor, make a deception check.
Gladly.
Say 14 plus 9 for a 23.
26.
Maybe it was the demon wastes.
I'm all right. I mean, let's just not fight things on the off chance we might have to fight them twice.
I think that's fair.
Xanalor, I'm very, very sorry that I assumed that the one that you attacked and ended became a zombie, and I wrongfully attributed that to you.
Thank you. I know I can be a little strange and creepy at times.
Insight check. No.
Vendy, you realize that because Xanalor has one eye covered, he's half as easy to read.
And that's the secret of why I wear an eye patch.
He can lie out his ass through one eye.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have to get back in the carriage. Like, are you behind the disappearances?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm on to you.
Almost got him. Almost got him, Bendy. You'll get a confession out of one of these days.
Maybe we should ask one of the orcs. Does anyone speak Orcish?
One, I can't. Two, they're dead.
They're dead, yeah.
Death isn't really such an obstacle.
I'm already in the carriage. If you want to talk to the dead orcs, just move their chin up and down or get in the carriage.
Is it bad enough that Vendy is like Nicholson's character in One Flew Over because he's crazy, but yet sometimes still makes sense?
He's so
And then
crazy,
you've got
lucid.
Annalore, who turns out to be some weird mystic version of Mr. Megorium, because you never know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I'm sleeping with my weapons in my hand at night anymore. I'm more worried about my own party than.
Hey, just for the record,
Really, this is stock.
okay, just for the record, I've never actively tried to end anybody's life. So maybe you should worry about the guy who.
I'm sorry, how many times have I saved your skin?
by
Well, why do you
creating a
want my
nuclear
skin?
exclusion zone.
Were you asking the guy who was doing the talking at the time, or are you asking me?
I was
I'm sure-
strangely suspicious. I think
I'm sure all of you.
Uh-oh. You cut out, Travis.
Darn it! You're in the chat for so long. All right. Well, I'm back. Yeah, I'm getting back in the carriage.
Right. We almost made it the entire session, Dad.
Yeah. Well, that is true. Anyway, if any of that didn't make it over, I know that all of your debt, because I know you've all saved me more than once.
I think we've spent enough time with each other to trust each other despite the strange things that we do.
Well, guys, I can tell you this right now. If you want to spend more time with each other, we probably should move now. Otherwise, this carriage is leaving without you.
Would you like to try to get information from the orc corpses?
What?
Yeah, was this like a camp of theirs? Is there anything to loot or plunder? Around if necessary. Otherwise, we'll keep moving.
Go ahead, make an investigation check, and I don't remember if that applies to your Sentinel superstition or whatever it's called.
Superstition.
It does not. I'm pretty sure that's only going to
Sorry, what was that last? It's only going to be a what?
be 7.
7. Okay.
You know, Nevis backwards.
Right. From what you can tell, it doesn't look like there was a camp of theirs around. They seem to be you are not sure what drew them to the area. Could have been your repeated arrival in the same place, but they don't appear to have a camp right here.
Okay. I guess if Zanlor's gonna see what we can glean off the corpses, and I'll give him a hand doing that.
Speak with dead.
Okay.
I'll offer my spiritual support.
Okay, so you cast Speak with Dead on one of the orcs. What are the questions that you're going to ask?
Is there an encampment of you nearby?
He answers. Actually, hang on a second.
Do you speak common?
He actually does, yeah. So he does answer in common. I just need to find a detail here really quick. Sorry. Okay, he tells you that his people live throughout the labyrinth.
How would we spot a group of you coming?
He does not answer.
I saw these religious symbols. Who is your deity?
We worship the binding flame, Kalak Shash.
Figure out a way to make that sort of spell. What are you trying to accomplish?
Sorry, what was
Like,
that?
what do you want?
Um, we fight an endless war against the darkness.
Why did you ambush us then?
This is question 5, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. He just answers, we guard the labyrinth.
And what's the deal with airline food?
Back to sleep. Are any of you familiar with Kalak Shosh?
I did, I don't know if you saw that. I put that in the Discord, so you got the spelling for it.
Yep.
No.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and anybody who wants to, including Zanlor, go ahead and make a religion check.
Kalak Shosh.
9. I'm aware of 9 religions. None of them are Kalakshashas.
11.
also have a 9.
Okay. It doesn't sound familiar really to any of you. Zanalor, um, you you at least get the idea that potentially this belongs to a pantheon not native to the Sword Coast.
So must be Eberronian.
I'm sorry, Jabronian?
He said they fight an endless war. Somehow that had something to do with attacking us.
Well, shit. If I knew that, I would just and I cast Produce Flame. We win. Look at this. Darkness gone.
We'll try that on the next group.
Cool. As I distinguish the flame and goes like, so are we fucking rolling now or what?
Yes, we should move.
Or are there more dead things that you want to talk to? Maybe if there's a graveyard around here, we could take your senior pictures by them.
Do you not see that this is a useful thing?
No.
Do?
I 100% see the utility of it. I just want to make sure you know you're a goth kid.
What is a goth kid?
It's spoopy. All right, Vendi, go ahead and make another survival check for me.
All right. 15 plus 9 for 24.
All right. You guys continue for about another hour, and you do not come across any of your own markings. Go ahead and make another one for me, Vendi.
As I'm doing this, I'm explaining to him the plot line of this play called the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Natural 20 for 29.
All right. Another hour goes by, and you do not come across any of the same landmarks. Go ahead and make everyone make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Ruh-roh.
7.
12.
8.
Okay.
I think we're all on our face.
Vendi and Nevis, you guys take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Because we can't hear you. Nope, don't say it. Don't
Some
say
kind
it.
of
You were
damage.
deaf when it happened. It didn't.
I didn't hear the word damage.
You guys take, everyone but Xanalar takes 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
What happened?
Can you guys really not hear me?
No, I can hear you now.
I'm not sure what led to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cut out a little.
Some rocks fall from the ledge onto the wagon. As you look, you don't see anyone that pushed them or anything like that.
Right.
But we should probably assume that something caused them to become loosened and fall.
Maybe. Okay. Go ahead and make another survival check for navigating the labyrinth.
And the boulders down. 17.
17. Okay.
8 plus 9.
All right. So I'm going to. Yeah, that'll work. I'm gonna move the page that you guys are on.
To a boss fight.
Okay. So you guys, after another hour or so of traveling through the labyrinth, you guys actually wind up seeing that the the volcanic clouds are thinning, and you actually see the bright green fields before you, and in the distance you see the city of Sharn. As you as big as it looks, you actually figure that you're probably only maybe an hour or so away from the city. As large as it is on the horizon.
Well, Should we go around that on the way back?
I'm very, very cool with finding something in Sharn that just teleports us back. Like, just imagine how cool it would be for us to go into the Mages College in a carriage. They'll be so confused.
Well, there is a way around it, but the mayor did ask us to kind of bring some information back on the demon waste if we could.
Yes.
So
Okay.
the information we can definitely bring him back is we suggest you stay out of it.
The orcs got it. They follow Kalakshas.
And for some reason, we represent darkness.
Yep.
Bring a flashlight.
Yeah, in terms of traversing it on the way back, I suppose that we can make that decision once we're done in Sharn. Because if we're in a dicey situation, I am totally voting for skip over that.
Well, you know, if we go around, I hear there's a good burger joint in Baldur's Gate.
Ooh, interesting.
Bob's Baldur's Burgers.
I would like to change our mission on the fly. Can we go to Baldur's Gate and get that burger?
As a druid, do you eat meat?
Again.
Only if we make sure we eat everything of the animal.
Ah, yes, I forgot about the hoof buns.
Not all at once.
All right. So what are you guys doing? Are you pressing onward towards Sharn?
How much daylight do we have left?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a nature or survival check. I'll leave it up to it's dealer's choice.
Natural 20 for a 29. Or a 22, depending on what modifier we're using.
10.
Okay. All right. Vendi, you get the idea. It's hard to tell because of the overcastness of the clouds of volcanic ash that cover pretty much the entirety of the demon wastes behind you. But the fact that you don't see the sun ahead or overhead, you're guessing that it is kind of heading towards the west, and so it's late afternoon, early evening, likely.
We may have a limited amount of sun left, so if it's cool with you guys, I'm going to push the pace a little bit and try to see if we can get to the town as fast as possible.
Let's run.
Okay, so like I said, you guys can see Sharn in the distance. It looks like you're about an hour away. After about an hour of a quicker pace, you realize that it's actually just so big that it looked like you were closer than you thought you were. After an hour, you're still it doesn't seem like you're that much closer to it.
I would still continue pushing the pace until we get towards relative sunset.
Okay. So after about 2 more hours of pushing the pace, you are still not at the city, but you're getting to the point where if you don't start making camp, you're going to be making camp in the dark.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are making camp for the evening, correct? Unless you want to push through. That's obviously you guys' choice as well.
I suppose it doesn't
Oh,
make much difference.
What do you suppose the odds of being admitted to the city at night are? We might be camping outside anyway.
You could probably sneak in more easily.
1 and 2 would be my first guess.
Do we want to announce ourselves?
Does it seem relatively safe in the area that we're at?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
I get to add my modifier with this one. And it's a good thing, too. 15.
15. You don't hear the sounds of monsters or predatory creatures. You don't spot any dragons overhead, and you don't hear any sounds of the air being torn asunder. So, as far as you can tell, it seems relatively safe.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just set up camp then.
Okay. All right. So you guys, you set up camp for the night. Go ahead and click that long rest option. You guys will get an uneventful evening. Every once in a while, when the wind blows just right, from like at a certain point of the evening, the wind is blowing from like part of the demon wastes that is it basically blows across the demon wastes towards you guys, and when it blows just right, you can almost swear you hear like a howling sound, but you can tell during the evening, like whoever's on watch when it happens, that it is considerably far away. And like when the wind is blowing from a different direction, or not as hard or whatever, that sound is absent. Okay, so you guys you wake up in the morning. You have some rations. You get the wagons ready to go, and so you're making your way towards Sharn, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Making my way down Sharn. All right.
Riding fast.
Yeah. So after another 3.5-4 hours of travel, so right around noon, you guys get will get to Sharn. So Sharn is a massive city. Like I said, spotting it, you figured you were only an hour or so away. You came to find out that you spotted it from over half a day away. The closer you get, you see that the height of it is dizzying. Towers rise up from the horizon and continue to appear to rise as you travel. From your best estimate, when getting a better idea of the scope and shape of the city, you would guess that the city easily houses 200,000 people, which is staggering compared to Winter's Haven. The land around the outskirts of the city shows signs of wear instead of being your typical transition from trade route to city limits. Anyone who wants to, go ahead and make a nature check for me.
I feel like you want me to because I'm a druid, but I'm not very good at this.
No, you don't have to. I said anyone who wants to.
Natural 1 for a 3.
16.
12.
Nature's
Okay.
all around me.
Xanalor and Nevis, you guys discover that the wear is actually signs of water erosion, despite the fact that the city at present is landlocked. Perhaps there were rivers at one point in time from keeping the city expanding outward, so you gather that they probably built up instead of out, and that is the resulted in the disorienting spectacle before you. But even though there are a lot of firsts going on all around you right now, the city and its scale and its vertical achievement aren't the most striking thing. It is silent. No sounds of habitation come from within. No commerce, no trade, no crafting, no ruling, no talking, no rebelling. The only sound you hear is the wind whistling through the empty streets and around the massive tower structures. Now that you've taken in the outskirts of the city, you begin to make your way down the street. Despite the fact that it should be daylight, the towers block out the light, and peering upward, you can't make out the sky. Occasional pockets of daylight peeking in through the smallest of gaps in the skyline are the only reminder that you are, in fact, outside. The complete lack of populace is entirely jarring, like walking through a present-day mall that has a total of 5 stores open inside. You begin to notice before long, though, that there are signs that people were here. Empty clothes litter the streets, alleyways, and abandoned entryway rooms throughout the street as you progress deeper into the city. Shop stalls have rotting food on display, signs of livestock freeing themselves, and some failing to do just that, also dot the landscape as you find more evidence to suggest that things didn't reach a progressive halt here. Anyone who wants to go ahead and make a perception check for me?
3.
8.
20.
You said natural.
27.
Okay. Nevis, you start to notice after a while. Actually, I'm going to send you a whisper in the game. Yeah. You have the game chat open, Dan?
Yes.
Okay.
We destroyed an entire city when we created that rift. And that is not what was being sent to me, sorry. So, does that mean I was successful?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys hearing that?
The ting ting and the music.
No, I
I'm
don't know
sorry.
what it is. I think it's coming from this area. So let's go this way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the fart I just made.
More reason to move.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is gonna be a bad day. Dude.
So I start walking in the direction that
Okay.
I follow, but at socially acceptable distances. And I always make sure I stand downwind.
So, another hour of wandering the dark, empty city, you find yourselves walking up various stairs, crossing the web of bridges and platforms that progressively bring you higher and higher in the city of Sharn. The scene brightens some as you make your way around and higher, closer to the sky. As you move upwards, it becomes apparent that the city is laid out in quarters, and each quarter is made up of 3 levels. Each of the levels becomes more obviously affluent as you move upwards. Elevation, seemingly, was a sign of station in Sharn. You notice as you move higher that there are some chairlifts that go up into the clouds from the upper levels of the quarter that you're in. You still haven't, Nevis, been able to discover the exact location of that sound. Generally, you're still feeling like it's coming from above.
Is it getting any clearer, any more distinct? Does it sound to me like it's joyous, or if it's demeaning? Like, is it being directed at us, or is it just sound like it's the place we want to be?
Go ahead and make an insight check for me, and I'm going to give you a whisper again on this one.
Okay, that's a 2 only this time. Make that a 4, which becomes a 9.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should still keep going this way, guys. Either of you can hear that yet?
Why don't you guys go ahead and make another perception check for me?
12.
17.
Okay. You guys hear it now. The sound that Nevis has been talking about. Sound that now doesn't seem like laughter carried on the wind. It is laughter carried on the wind. You're able to hear that it seems like it's still coming from above, as Nevis has led you upwards through the city.
Okay.
Is it like friendly laughter, or does it seem like that creepy something's wrong with this person laughter?
Make an insight check.
Okay. I believe that's an 11. Yeah, 11.
Okay.
Am I getting a whisper on an 11?
You would have got more if you rolled higher.
Oh god, the music's getting loud again.
So is there one person alive in this whole city and they're just having a great time? And Vendi, don't blame this on me.
So, what was that?
I said, don't blame this on me.
I kind of want to more now that you told me not to.
Let's keep moving.
Upward ho?
Yeah, are we purposely drawn to this, or is this just us being curious? This isn't like a siren song or anything, is it?
I mean, for me, I just want to know.
Well, I am just going to follow you guys because I don't want to be by myself.
Okay. So as you board one of the still operational chairlifts, you are taken to an area that is known as the Skyway, according to signage, and it is most obviously the most decadent part of the city yet. You hear the laughter much more clearly here. It starts to sound a little bit more ominous, cackling, and long. As you get closer to the source of it, you see that the source of the laughter is a man. A fat man. A fat man dressed in shining robes with shining jewelry of precious metals and gemstones.
He ate everybody.
A fat man dressed in fancy robes with an opulent crown atop his head.
He still ate everybody.
Himself the crowd.
I'm sorry, I kind of need to pick me up today. Can you tell me what's making you laugh so hard?
Is he close enough to actually talk to?
Yeah, at this point, yeah. He says, my name is Elmayut. What do you think of my city? So peaceful, yet the power of its visage remains wholly unsullied. What can I do for you?
Well, I was hoping you'd tell the joke that made you laugh for so long and loud and far-reaching.
It's a joyous day to be alive in this wonderful city.
And what about the city do you enjoy so much?
Is it the expired food? Is it the wrecked economy?
From up here, the smell of rotting food doesn't reach. I have all the food I could want.
Where? Where does the food come from?
Are you aware that you're the only person that we've encountered in this city?
Are you aware we might be the only people you've encountered in this city?
Are you? Answer them first.
Yes, yes, I'm aware. The city is mine, and what a lovely city it is.
Did you come upon the city and find this tall, beautiful city and be like, I'm gonna live there now, and there was just no one there, so you thought that was really cool, or were you
No.
there? Okay.
So, what happened?
Funny
To the
you should
future.
It's funny that you should ask that.
I don't think it's quite so funny, but I don't want to impede the monologue you're clearly going to give us.
He hasn't told us why it's funny yet. So you...
Maybe, yeah. Once the prestige comes around, I'll be like, "Oh, that's a good story. Where's all those people?"
As you speak with him, and as he just continues to smile, you see that his smile it starts to like elongate. His teeth start to sharpen. His beard starts to spread. His ears
He's a-
become pointed and slide up.
He's a demon.
Can I take a look as to which side of his hand his thumbs are on?
I mean, Vendy wouldn't know, but Jay, you know, they're on the wrong side.
Excuse me, sir. Did you happen to be born with your thumbs on the wrong side of your hands?
He looks, he goes, yours are on the wrong side.
I cast
Well-
Minor illusion. I hold up my hands. No, they're not.
I'm pretty sure they're the right side, based off of professional opinion of where thumbs belong.
Opinion.
Professional.
I grasped power in this city with the help of Mina Toro, one of the night hags in the demon wastes. Between the two of us, we channeled a demon lord to sacrifice all the people of Sharn at once. All 215,000 of them. All at the same time.
At this point, I start slowly backing away.
The sound
Yeah.
was delightful. Hundreds of thousands of simultaneous screams erupting and silenced in an instant. The rush of power was amazing, all-encompassing. The city is now mine. The city belongs to the Lords of Dusk, to Ilmayut. And you won't leave. And that's where we're going to end this week's session.
Uh,
Okay.